Hello and welcome to Cockadoodle Coo, a show examining a serious potential threat to all of humanity, the chicken apocalypse. My name is Pete Wallace and I'll be your host. Think about it. On average, every American consumes roughly 27 whole chickens and more than 270 eggs every year. That's just in the U.S., and these numbers have been rising for decades. If you were a chicken, wouldn't you want to put a stop to this? Maybe even seek revenge? You bet you would. I'm here to sound the alarm, raise awareness, and prevent catastrophe.
Episode 1, Opening Our Eyes.
To understand what's at stake in our defense against the chicken threat, we have to consider the economics involved and take a sober look at the situation as it is today. This involves a lot of big numbers, but bear with me. I believe you'll find it worth the effort. We start with a look at production. The U.S. meat and poultry industry is at least a $1 trillion industry and is broadly responsible for 5.5 million jobs. According to the Meat Institute, approximately 400 million cattle, turkeys, hogs, sheep, and lambs were processed in 2017. But chickens? Over 20 times as many chickens were processed than all those other animals combined. Over 9 billion, actually. If I was a chicken, I would feel singled out and targeted. Now get this, poultry meat consumption worldwide is 124.6 metric kilotons. I don't know exactly how much that is either, but doesn't it sound like an insanely massive amount of chicken? The sheer volume of money, jobs, chickens, and eggs involved make it clear that processing and production plants make a tender, juicy target for attack. Purdue, Tyson, Hormel, and other chicken producers should begin assembling and training security teams if they haven't already. As far as retail goes, there are roughly 40,000 grocery stores and over 200,000 restaurants in the U.S. That's nearly 250,000 places you can go to buy or eat chicken or eggs. In other words, that's nearly 250,000 attack vectors in the U.S. alone in need of protection. It should be obvious which restaurants would be the high priority targets on a chicken's list. Popeyes, Chick-fil-A, KFC, Church's, Zaxby's, and so on. I spoke with an assistant manager at a nearby KFC restaurant to try and gauge his awareness. For his safety, we'll call him Kevin. So, what kind of security do you have in place? How do you train employees?
Well, for the restaurant, it's a small town. It really is. There's not a whole lot of people around here. We know everybody. Everybody knows everybody. So, but in case, we get a lot of people come through. We ain't never seen them before. But that's all right.
Do you have security cameras, for example?
We thought about it. We thought that might know. You talking about them ones, they just put them up in the corner and they're always recording like that? Mm-hmm. See, we don't have a room big enough to fit all the VCR tape that goes with that, so we just decided to throw that out the door.
Do you lock the doors at night?
Well, we lock the doors,
Okay. Do you have regular ongoing training sessions? Watch training videos with new employees? Talk about active shooter situations maybe lately? That's a common concern?
Well, no, I don't think we need to worry about that,
Have you ever considered what would happen if you were attacked by chickens? You do realize the amount of chicken that is cooked, sold, and eaten here every day. Say there was a rogue band of chickens, maybe hundreds, that took action and attacked your establishment. What would you do? After a brief conversation, it's clear that Kevin and his coworkers had no idea of the potential danger they're in and no idea what to do in a poultry-based attack. I encouraged them to begin listening to the show. Logically, our beloved bakeries may also be vulnerable. After all, what is a key ingredient in cakes, cookies, pies, etc.? Eggs. My bet is they have no training to handle chicken-based violence, or even worse, they might not even realize they could be a target. Speaking of security, today in the United States, there are roughly 2 million total farms and about 230,000 poultry farms. There are about 750,000 farmers and ranchers working all of them, but let's just say there's one farmer responsible for working each poultry farm. My calculator tells me that's a force of about 230,000 strong. This is an all-volunteer force, by the way, putting themselves in danger every day, with each farmer handling many chickens. By comparison, the U.S. military has roughly 1.3 million active duty personnel and about 800,000 in the reserves or guard. The finest military in the world. All volunteer, too. You've likely heard about the brand new Space Force branch added to the U.S. military. Pretty cool. All I'm suggesting is the need for another new, formalized branch that works closely with Homeland Security. This new Poultry Defense Force, or whatever it will be called, would be larger than the Army Reserves or Marine Corps right out of the gate. For the record, KFC's Colonel Sanders did serve in the U.S. Army, but the title came about years after his service when he was commissioned a Kentucky Colonel in 1950. As a result, there's been much speculation about an underground chicken defense force for years, though no one will speak on record to confirm or deny such an organization exists. In 1954, the National Chicken Council officially formed, and Colonel Sanders may or may not have had a hand in its direction. The council has alliances with the USDA and other animal and farming organizations, but behind the scenes, their most important allies have to be the DoD and Homeland Security. From farms to production plants to retail outlets all around the world, this data and these massive numbers have opened my eyes to the scale and magnitude of the chicken takeover possibility, and I hope this starts to open your eyes too. So what can you and I do about this chicken takeover threat? It is not an isolated or small problem to address. Start with this: be vigilant. Stay alert and aware when you go to the store, go out to eat, stop at the farmer's market, or just grab some donuts. Also, eat chicken and eggs regularly. If we eat them, they can't fight back and the threat will be neutralized. Most important, support farmers, especially local farmers. Make no mistake, they are the frontline warriors and they need our support. Next time, we'll cover more inconspicuous issues such as how chickens and eggs are portrayed in the media. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up on all the latest issues, and please leave a rating. Until then, educate yourself and spread the word. Together, we can prevent the unthinkable.